Hello, proxies. I see Minty Minties is already in the chat. Thanks for the wave. Can everyone check in, wave, see how we're all doing? Walt, first time chatter, welcome. As you may see, we are not in the space that I've been streaming from in the past. I'm actually at my very good friend Jill's place. She lives in a nicer place than I do, but also she has better Wi-Fi. So as you've seen in the last couple of test streams I've been doing, I've been like held up by like laggy, janky internet a lot of the time on my very old laptop. And so I wanted to make sure you all had a good experience. And so here we are in a place that will hopefully be more stable. If you could see this, we are spread out all over this table with my tablet over here with everything else open in it. And yeah, all the stuff we're going to need to get signing. So welcome, Kina. Welcome, Graham Quackers, Trash Panda, Polo. It's night in your country, Polo. What country is that, if you don't mind sharing? Hello, Rain, first timer. Neurotic, good to see you again. Mega Steak Burrito, hello. Love that we're getting newcomers here today. 3 a.m. in your country. And which country is that? Switzerland, Polo. Fantastic. Singapore. Yes, we've talked about this before, haven't we? This is incredible. I'm always blown away by just the global embrace, not just of the game, but of my character, because, you know, you have 3 different language choices whenever you sign on, and I've seen people compare and contrast the English voice versus the Chinese and Japanese VA. So anyone who doesn't live in America, thank you for choosing English von Lycaon. Very grateful for that. So we've got our prints, we've got our paint pens. We are getting ready to sign our way through, and along the way, maybe we'll answer some questions and tell a few stories, and hopefully make it an interesting stream for you. Still very, very new to Twitch, so how we interact is something I'm still learning. I still have basically no idea of the ecosystem of bits and subs and how all of those things relate to one another, but I'm learning, I promise, and some of you have already been very helpful and supportive and non-judgmental in your lovely Gen Z way for an older fellow like me. So thank you very much for that and for the ongoing patience with my learning how all of this works. Thank you, Minty. I do believe if I'm representing a character that believes in putting himself together and presenting with a little bit of dignity, I should at least honor that and try as well. I even have my little fun pocket watch that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. Love it as an accent. It does not function as a watch. It broke very quickly, which is sad because I liked having it for the couple of weeks I was wearing it around on the daily, because I take my phone out of my pocket half the time just to check what time it is, and by eliminating that, by taking out the watch, I found I was like touching grass more and getting less distracted by the digital world. Thank you, Graham Quackers. Paul, except Lycaon, is there another character you like in Zenless Zone Zero? My god, there are so many characters to love, and I think that's one of the big reasons the game is so embraced, is because they put so much imagination into the characters and how they're depicted. I mean, the design, the writing, the casting, all the way through. I think it's been phenomenal how they just have made so many characters that people can embrace. I'm always partial to Victoria Housekeeping, of course, because that's my faction. And because I've gotten to know Chloe Eves, who's the voice actor of Corin, I'm always partial to Corin's character because there is such an affectionate kind of like paternal relationship with her and Von Lycaon, and you can always see she's trying her best, so my heart goes out to her all the time. Yes, Minty, I agree. Bring back pocket watches. Other characters that I really like, I mean, like the internet kind of exploded when Ju and then Jane Doe dropped, and because I'm actually in the promo for Ju as a different character, I was kind of partial to that because I had a little bit of advance notice what a great character this was going to be. So yeah, I love that character as well, and like you, excited to see everyone who is going to drop as future chapters get released. And in that area, like, some of you might know more than I do because they sure don't tell us anything other than the stuff that we're actually recording. Thank you, Mary. Watching from the bus right now. Amazing. Well, I hope your signal holds. Walt, what drew me to want to voice the role of von Lycaon? Desire to be employed to begin with. It was just one of those auditions that dropped into the box, and I looked at the character and thought, this is an amazing design. It would be really, really fun to do. And, you know, sometimes you're just happy to get the job, whether the job is really fulfilling or not. You show up, you give it your best. But in this case, I sort of let myself get excited and say, I really think I got a beat on how this guy sounds. I really hope that the devs and the game directors agree. And I just got incredibly lucky and landed it. And it's just been an amazing adventure ever since. And I just, yeah, like every time we discover more facets of him, every time we get a new chapter of Lycaon's story, I think we get to know him a little bit better. And I feel like fans have only embraced him more the more that they have seen and learned. And that's been incredibly fun to see happen. And I'm just hoping it, hoping it continues. You're almost close to home. How am I doing with Lycaon's doodles? I got a little bit more practice this past weekend in CamiCon in Huntsville, Alabama. A number of people asked for Lycaon doodles, and so that gave me a bit more practice, especially with these paint pens. I still don't know that they're necessarily aesthetically correct in terms of fine art, but people do really seem to embrace them and enjoy them. And it comes from me. It is my artistic skill, for better or for worse. So I'm just glad fans are excited about them and find them endearing. So yeah, I've got my we've got the print you can see up here in the corner, which is still available on Streamily. I've got them in 8x10s here, and then these real monster ones in 11x17. And we're going to gradually work our way through the queue here of people who ordered on-stream signings. And then I know a number of you ordered them as well to be signed off camera. So we're just going to run down the list and, and not rush through things. We want each person to get some quality time. Hello from to Australia, Matt Cherry. Boy, we are really covering the world here. That's exciting. Really exciting. Oh, Dancing Bang Boos. I don't know how you pulled that off, Shirks. This is why I don't understand Twitch, but very cool. Minty, you started something with the Lycaon doodle. By requesting it, you've opened up a whole door here. So other people in the world are now going to enjoy the Lycaon doodles, and hopefully I keep improving at them along the way. So yeah, today we've got this cool sort of chrome silver. We've got white. We've got another, a little slightly less shiny metallic silver that actually I think tends to pop a little bit better on this print. And then yellow, which pops really well against the blue background of this Hellion white piece. So I think everyone when there was a color request, it was either teal or yellow. Blue, as you can see, is not going to necessarily pop here. So if we get to something where someone was like blue or nothing, then we may open it up for conversation about how we accommodate that. But otherwise, we are ready to start rolling. So the first we have in the queue is Kyle. Is Kyle here? Roro, are you Kyle? Am I outing you? I'm sorry. Pola, do I have any opinion about the ZZZ community? Boy, that's a really big, broad question. For the most part, it's just really loving and grateful and appreciative because there's just so much imagination and creativity that's been inspired by the game, and just watching how that trickles its way through creative people and imaginative people, because I know the games fandom really covers a broad spectrum of ages, including people who are, you know, teenagers and maybe just suddenly discovering that they have a real draw towards visual art or making music. And to know that ZZZ, and to know that sometimes it's Lycaon inspiring them to pick up a pen and draw, like at Camicon, someone had their personal sketchbook and they opened it up to this beautiful pencil sketch of Lycaon, and they wanted me to sign that. And I mean, how can you help but be honored that, like, it's not just people having a good time with the game, but people who are discovering their own creative voice and, like, using kind of the fandom and the excitement from that to sort of fuel their own development. You know, I got handed an original art print that was made by this artist named Kokomoka, and like other little pieces that people handed me along the way. It's that's the thing that really blows my mind about it. The bus is full now. Don't make you blush anymore. Yes, let's go. Let's get a signature going. Okay, so Kyle, getting the yellow pen here. You say, I love your voice as Lycaon. I'm looking forward to more lines in the future. So am I. I really love the work. I love being in the booth. I would do it every day if the opportunities were out there. And voice acting is really, really challenging, but it's also, when you're really cranking, it's about as fun as it gets. Oh, Neurotic, you're drawing because of Hoyo games as well. See, I love that. I really, really love that. Take that fuel that it gives you and start to develop your own style and your own voice. You painted Lycaon and Butler Boo? That is adorable. I love Butler Boo. Honestly, it's like, I didn't know I had that dream until I saw, like, if you had a dapper little person who would just follow you around and make pancakes whenever you wanted. I'm like, well, now I want that to exist in real life. So, here we go. All right. Let's make sure we dot that out. Okay. So we're going to give that to... So you asked for a favorite Lycaon quote. It's funny because in my head, it's just like hundreds of lines on a spreadsheet. And the lines that particularly resonate with fans may be a little bit different. But one that I always gravitated towards, because I felt like it was a really concise way of dialing in the character, was when he says it's time to hunt. Because to me, that's like Lycaon going from butler mode to wolf mode. And if you can tell that little story in the course of 3 words, then you know you've really got the character dialed in. So I'm going to give you a time to hunt. Okay. You know, I'm looking at this, and I don't quite like the way the yellow is popping up there in the corner. I don't think that's a visible enough signature for you. So let me just use this as a junk print for the moment to test what colors are popping and where. Okay, so it shows up a little bit better over on that side. And it shows up great down here in the corner. I don't want you to have a substandard. Minty, I do have a gold pen. I used it a few times at the con, but it misbehaves. This pen has been a real jerk. There's something about the tip that it's a little too broad and it bleeds a little too much. And so there were a couple of times that I had to junk a print because they were smearing, or they weren't sort of flattening out and drying correctly. I'm still learning how to use these, and so I'm sure there's some maintenance thing I could do to make this gold pen behave, but as it is, it wasn't producing satisfying results, and so I've just been leaving it to the side for now. But okay, if we're going to do yellow, then I think yellow's going to go sort of in the bottom corner here, or else, if we're over there, how does white work? See, now I'm just scribbling all over this because I know it's going to be thrown away. White's pretty good. See, I didn't have these at Camicon, so I had not tested what markers are really going to pop on them. Ooh, that chrome is all right, depending on where we go with it. Rower, you're asking for a doodle? I'll see if I can fit one in. Lili, oh yeah, please, thank you for stopping by. We'll be here for the next hour and 3/4 at least. Will I be signing after stream? Yes, there are a number of people who placed orders that they wanted to have things signed off stream. You get a little bit of a discount that way, and things are still available, and I have extra prints. So yeah, if you place an order now or even in the next day or two, then I'll be signing them off stream, and they will all go back to Streamily in the same box. Oh yeah, see you at Papumai this weekend. Super excited. Yeah, the way Streamily works is they literally just send me all these in a box, and they do the promotion. They give me kind of a guide for people like me who aren't super social savvy on how to get this all set up and running. And then I just send them the box back, and they see to getting it all shipped to you. So yeah, I think the silver, the white, and the yellow are all doing pretty well, as long as I'm sort of in the bottom end here. So it looks like he's kind of like stepping on the signatures. But when we commissioned the print, I asked that they sort of emphasize the foot because people like the way he kicks and stomps and stands. So yeah, I think we're going to sign that way going forward. So we will leave that one to the side. And now, Kyle, let's get you started on your actual print. All right. Oh, that's much better. Okay. See, that looks much better. And now you said you wanted a little doodle if I could. The other thing I have to be careful of is that because I'm left-handed and these are paint pens, if I don't watch where my hand goes, it will drag right across the page and smear this thing until it's unrecognizable. So there's a little bit of extra work that we left-handed folks have to do that you right-handed folks are never aware of. Shout-outs to anyone on Team Left-Handed out there in the chat. So there we go. There you go, Kyle. Signature with Lycaon Doodle. And then it says to write the Q number on the back. So I'm going to do that. All right. Let's set that one down. And mark as complete. Okay, this one is going out to Alex. Do we have Alex here in the chat today? Ooh, and you wanted an 11 by 17. Okay. Neurotic, you're Alex. Okay, we're out in people's real life names all over the place here. So, here's your 11 by 17. I think Lycaon looks awesome poster sized. I'm probably going to frame one of these myself. All right. So let's see. How was the metallic pop in there? Yeah, I think we can use that. You got a Ben reaction too? Henry Schrader, who's Ben's VA, he's a prince of a fella. We've been chatting a lot online. We actually have a joint commission in the works, something that's Lycaon and Ben together. Very excited about that. Can't wait for us to debut it, and we're trying to figure out when we can do a joint online signing for anyone who's a fan of The Wolf and the Bear. Because I think that would be a lot of fun. All right. I'm glad you got the 11 by 17 on this one, because it is a long quote that you're looking for. I'm going to do my best. All right, so how it's coming through. It's a little too fine. It's a great honor to resolve the problems. I will see if there's room left. Neurotic. Oh no. No, I ruined this one. Left-handed curse strikes again. So you see how that started to smear over there? All right. I'm going to take this one out. We will start another. Polo, we had a really great interaction on Lycaon's birthday. I mean, it was extra special because there I was heading for my first fan con ever. So it felt fitting that it was Lycaon's birthday as I was heading out there. And, you know, I just put a little message out there on Twitter encouraging people to be a little better to themselves today, since, you know, pride starts from within. So that seemed to reach a lot of people, and it was a message that a lot of people, I think, wanted to hear. So I think that was a great way of honoring his birthday, was to just carry ourselves with a little bit more pride and elegance. So let's get this rolling again. It's a great honor. resolve the problems. Of oh god. I made it all the way to the end, you all. I made it all the way to the last line. Look at this. Last line. Bit off more than I could chew in terms of horizontal space there. All right, Alex. One more try. I'll be honest with you, chat, like my hand starts shaking after a while too. Like this is a really big deal for me. I've said before, like as an actor, you really get used to toiling in obscurity. You know, you get used to not a lot of people paying attention to what it is that you're up to. I always remember there was a play that I was rehearsing for 6 weeks, and I was on my way to the theater for a Sunday performance when the director called and said, the box office says we've only sold 2 tickets, so we're canceling the show. And so you're sort of used to that level of like struggle and not getting recognized. And so to suddenly be vaulted into this world where people are just like walking up to you at a table and telling you how awesome you are, it really kind of breaks the brain because it changes your idea of your work and what it's meaning for people. And so the fact that this game is being played by millions of people around the world, that's that triggers all kinds of little like neurotic gremlins in my brain, and I'm still sort of adapting to it. So just signing my name and giving autographs seems to be giving me like the nerves, the jangle in the hands sometimes. Polo, do you think it's a sign of illness, the shaking hand? Yes, please give me more things to worry about at night. All right. now there's a pop-up on my tablet, so I can't see what I'm supposed to write. Dragon, will signed off prints still be available after this stream? Yes, any prints that have not been sold, I'm just going to generically sign, and they'll be available in Streamily shop until they run out. So they won't be personalized, but they will be available for you. All right, Alex, we made it. We got through it. You've got your name. I don't think there's any real space left for me to do a like Lycaon doodle without risking the entire thing. So you've got it. It's a great honor to resolve the problems of an important partner. No, a dear friend of Victoria Housekeeping. We did it, folks. I think that's the longest quote I've been asked to do. And then I have to write the number on the back. It is 11. Hooray! I haven't been cheered so much for writing my name since the 2nd grade. Marking that complete. All right, next up, we have Kina. Kina, are you here in the chat? Ooh, hydrate reminder. Thank you, Minty. Very important. My buddy Godzilla is here to make sure that I hydrate. Yes, we worship our savior and protector, Godzilla, in this house. All right, Kina. You're 11 by 17. And let's see, how was the white doing for us there? The white was not doing for us. Okay, no, I think we're gonna... All right. All right. And I'm signing this in honor of a birthday. Is today that birthday, Kina, or when is it? Please let the chat know so they can give you all the flowers you deserve. It is today. Wonderful. I'm so glad that this worked out. All right. There you are, Kina. Oh, thanks, Minty. Thanks for passing that along from Shirks. Yeah, Godzilla's a whole thing for me. Like literally, my partner bought me this. She was like, "You're going to be traveling a lot. You're going to be meeting fans. You better stay hydrated." So Godzilla's going to remind you of that. I've seen literally every Godzilla movie. There's like 38. All right, next up we have Virginia, aka Angel Demon Blade. Do we have Virginia here in the chat? Pugs are cool. What color markers? I've been using mostly either the metallic or the white. Those seem to show up best. I've got a yellow, which I think depending on where I sign should do all right. But obviously we've got so much blue on this thing that blue has a really hard time showing up. So we may try, actually let me try that now since we're in between. Let's see if one of these blues actually will show up in the sort of dark black areas, because I know there were some people who really wanted to get some blue. In the meantime, have we seen Angel Demon Blade yet? Are they around? This stream, by the way, it is going to be recorded on Twitch, and I'm going to upload it to my YouTube channel as well, just to make sure anyone who wanted to sign on stream but couldn't be here gets to see their little moment. All right. I got my like throwaway prints now, the ones that I smeared. Well, see, I don't think that blue is really popping out. Like, you really got to look close. The man in the suit. Thanks for the Wreck Dragon, nerd. That sounds really, really fun. I got to do creature acting in a web series once where I was in a head-to-toe costume and was, doing all that. It's a great time. It was a super weird experience, but I loved doing it. I was like, please, any more monsters in costumes you want, I will gladly do it. Let me try this other lighter blue one. See if maybe that gives us a little more. Oh, that's not too bad. I actually think that'll be viable. So, yeah. This blue is coming up. We're going to put that in the rotation. All right. So, Virginia has asked for an 8x10. Favorite Godzilla rain floofs? I mean, to me, the OG still kind of like looms over all of them. It's where it all started. It's still so serious. Like, if it hadn't become a whole franchise with like some of the sillier sequels where it became much more of a children's franchise, if it was just Godzilla, people would be remembering it now as like this absolute masterpiece of post World War II science fiction, which it is. It's just the reputation got kind of diluted by all the sequels and universe expansion that happened. But yeah, the original is incredible. Godzilla -1 was another masterpiece. I'd say that like my S tier is like the original, Godzilla -1. Probably Ghidorah the Three-Headed Monster is in that S tier for me, and also Shin Godzilla and Godzilla vs. Destoroyah. That's like the top 5 for me. So much fun, each for different reasons. But yeah, let's get Virginia wants a favorite quote and a doodle. Ooh, I like this. This is a nice fine point too. This is going to be a good one. All right, we'll let that dry for a second and then get started at the doodle. Yeah, Shin Godzilla, the whole evolutionary thing, like they did such an amazing job just like throwing fans for a loop because like as when he appears, you think you know what you're going to see. And then he shows up in this completely different form and it's like shocking and bizarre and just like your brain doesn't know how to accommodate it until he finally starts evolving into kind of like the more recognizable form, but still very, very different. Yeah, Shin Godzilla is incredible, incredible piece of filmmaking. All right, so we're gonna start our doodle there. All right. Angel Demon Blade, I don't know if you're watching, but there's your signature. He's saying time to hunt. And you've got your little doodle down there. Thank you so much. Just to let you know, because I know there were a couple of requests about this, about me giving you a little favorite Lycaon voice on stream. The nature of my contract with Hoyoverse is pretty strict about what I can do with the Lycaon voice when it comes to like performing it out in the wild, so to speak. And so that's the reason I haven't set up a Cameo, and why when people ask for voice recordings at CamiCon, for example, I have to tell them like I'm happy to record a greeting for you or anything else. But if it's recorded as this stream is being recorded, I'm only speaking to you in my own voice rather than the Lycaon voice. So I know that's a disappointment to some of you who were hoping I would do a little something, and I love performing the voice, and I love the reactions that it gets for people that Von Lycaon means so much to, but you're just going to have to listen to my natural voice and see if you spot anything recognizable in there. It's not that I don't enjoy doing it, obviously. It's just I want to be maximally respectful of Hoyoverse because they've been so good to me, and respect their wishes as well. But, you know, drop by at a con, and if there are no microphones handy, who knows what might happen. All right. Speaking of cons, I was really, really lucky at CamiCon that I was sitting next to an absolute like god tier voice actor, Gray Delisle, who is best known for in the fan community for being Azula in Avatar: The Last Airbender. But they have literally like 700 other voice credits. And so just to see her and get a chance to interact with her and watch the way she interacts with fans, it was incredibly educational and inspiring. So I hope I picked up a few pointers from it, and I hope that it's one of the blessings of getting to step into this world, that I'm going to meet other talents and people that I look up to. Polo, how do I work with them? You see them in real life or only online? Are you talking about Hoyoverse? Yeah, so I've really only ever dealt with them like by email or on conference call when we're in recording sessions. You know, I'm based in Southern California. Obviously, most of them are based in China. It's really quite a crazy hookup, you know, because they'll have people who are logged onto the session from China. The localization studio that started, we've moved to a different one, but for some ZZZ sessions, the studio was based in Atlanta, and our director was based in Las Vegas, and I was in a booth in California talking to people in China. So as you can imagine, it's a calendar challenge to get these sessions together. But that's been the limit of my interaction. And we've since moved to a studio up in LA, and so now I will be up there, and the localization people will be there as well. But, still have people dialing in from China and talking there. So hope that answers your question. Next up, we have Blue. Is Blue here in the chat? Graphy, that's so cool. Your partner was at CamiCon. I honestly didn't get to explore the floor nearly as much as I wanted to. I wanted to spend as much time at the table as possible for people who were, here and excited to meet me. So I really only breezed through at the end of the day for like 20 minutes. Trash Panda Blue, you are blue. Welcome. Thank you so much. And your work motivates me to try my best. Can you write something that Lycaon would say to help someone who lacks confidence? I had something for that. All right. Let me see if I can find this quickly. Because like I said, you get, hundreds of lines to go through to lay down this character. And because this laptop of mine is insanely old, I haven't even been able to play the game yet. So like my experience of Lycaon is very different from yours, but I had all right. Yes, I think this is one of the things he says when you like swap him in battle. Graphy, do I want to be at more conventions soon? I would love to. That's one of those things that has to be sort of manifested between myself and Celebworks, my booking agency, and the cons themselves. I would love to do so. CamiCon kind of came through at the last minute because there was a cancellation, and so they just quickly invited me on like 3 weeks' notice. Usually cons are booking their special guests out about like 4 to 6 months in advance. So getting to do something in October was really a treat, as will the Pop Umai event this weekend. Mostly, though, I'm probably not making any more appearances until next year, unless there's another kind of last-minute thing that comes about. The best way you can make sure that happens is most cons usually have a guest request form on their website or in their social media. They might put the word out, or there's an email address you can reach out to. So they love the engagement. They love hearing from fans. So the best way you can make it happen is to reach out yourself and make that request that you would love to see me there. And I'm excited to travel. I bought my pens. I bought a new suitcase. I bought a new Square terminal. I bought all the things so I could get out there and meet you. So I'm excited to do it. If we work together, we can make it happen next year. All right. So yeah, when Lycaon swaps in, there's I think a moment where he says, "Rest assured, things are under control," and I think that's a great thing to remind yourself every once in a while when it's time to quiet down and center yourself, and just remind yourself to take a positive outlook on things. Because of course, there's things we can't control in life. There's always chaos. There's always things you could be worrying about. But sometimes, as my partner often asks me, like, "Hey, what if things go well?" Why not ask that once in a while? What if things go right for a change? Because we spend a lot of time spending emotional energy on things that never happen. And that makes life less pleasant. So if you remind yourself once in a while, things are handled, we're on top of it. And whenever Lycaon says that, don't you believe it when he says, "We've got this, we're under control"? So that's what I'm going to write for you, Blue. Let's see. Let's try this in the white. Yeah, Minty, I got real lucky with this partner of mine. are you? Blue. Right. Oh, thank you, Polo. That's very sweet. I love chill time in a cafe with a beverage, you know? Whether it's a coffee in the morning, tea in the afternoon, or something more adult in the evening. But yeah, that's very much my speed. I'm a strong introvert by nature, so I'm not really like a go out to the club kind of person. I'm more like a let's like sit in a cafe at night and talk about books and stuff kind of person. Like one on one, you know, small groups. I really thrive there. So, oh, Minty, that's very sweet. That's exactly kind of the vibe that I'm always hoping to create. We're just like we're chilling, we're hanging out, we're having good conversation. There you are, Blue. Thank you so much. Not gonna lie, like 2020. Let's not dwell on the horror we all experienced in 2020. But you know, when I was indoors way too much during that time, I actually found like YouTube channels of like coffee shop ambiance that had like soft music and a little low chatter and a little like clinking of spoons, and you'd hear the steam of the espresso machine. And I would put that on like in my bedroom just to like keep from not keep from losing my mind. Um, And who's to say if it helped, but it does. It's good for me, that kind of environment. Since Lycaon is skilled in everything, do you think he could talk French? I'm sure if he couldn't, he would really apply himself to it if he felt like he had to, just like the lip reading, right? Oh, Zen, you pulled him. Congratulations. All right, next up we have Proxy Minty Minties. Hello. It's your turn. It's your time with this 11 by 17. All right, let's see. What's it gonna be? All right, so you've included your IRL name in this request. Do you want me to sign to that name, or do you want me to sign to Minty Minties? To sign to both? Okay. All right, let's get rolling. While I'm signing, do you want to share some lore on how you got to Minty Minties as a name? You love mint flavor. Okay. That's great. What do you put mint flavor in? Also, we're getting started on your doodle now because you're the troublemaker who started the whole Lycaon doodle concept. Polo original soundtrack. I mean, just like everything I've heard is so bumpin'. Like I had a chance to chat with a DJ at CamiCon who was going to be spinning sets that night just to entertain the con, and he hadn't heard of the game. And I was like, "You need to check this out just for the music because it is such like a distinctive vibe, like all the way through. You like even like the exciting stuff, and then like the character themes. Man, the Lycon theme goes so hard. When that combat demo dropped, they had not warned me how fire that was going to be. Mint chocolate flavored ice cream. Fun. Used to eat toothpaste. Yeah, same. Minty Minties. All right. There you are. Complete with a doodle. Thank you so much. Vaughn and Ben together, Zen. I don't know if I've seen a lot of people running that team. I've seen a lot of streamers put Vaughn and Ellen together because they're the Ice Squad and because Victoria Housekeeping is the best. But yeah, I've not seen a lot of Ben and Vaughn together. Really feels like that should happen, though, right? Like, get the two of them and Nekomata and make the all-fur squad. All right, so let's see what we're doing on time. We're like at the halfway marker here, and next up we have Jazz. Is Jazz here? I'm sorry I'm not seeing all of the chat that goes by, so if I didn't see your lovely comment or question or request or anything else, it's not because I don't like you. I don't even know you. You're probably cool. It's just the chat's going by. Oh, thank you, Zen. Yeah, it is one of those things where, you know, when you see the numbers go up in the Streamily shop and you're just like, all these strangers are really excited. Again, crazy feeling. So we have an 8x10 for Jazz. Here it is in pristine condition. Oh, good combos, Polo. Ellen Sakaku, Jane, or Jane Caesar Corin. Yeah. Yeah. That's another thing I love about the game from what I've seen is that it really allows you to kind of customize your squad and like play to what your preferences are. Yes, Minty. You've unleashed something wonderful, I think. No one has said they're mad about the doodles yet. Alright, so Jazz was looking for yellow or light blue, and the light blue works. That yellow isn't popping quite enough. I've seen that comp as well, Dragon Nerd, and I do think that that Hoyoverse kind of knows sort of character types that they really want to create to kind of like meet all the different fandoms. Lycaon, Ellen, Sakaku. Enter the game for Lycaon, staying for Lycaon. Way to go, Miri. I salute you. The crazy thing was at Kamicon, I was meeting people who were just Lycaon fans. They don't even play the game. They're just like, oh, I'm playing Genshin right now, or I can only be in one gacha game at a time, but I love the character so much. And I'm like, great, I don't play the game either. I'm intending to in the future, but not there yet. But, oh yeah, fellow Lycaon fan. All right. So, like I said, this is going to be recorded and posted, so anyone who's not watching on stream but who wanted an on-camera signing, hopefully they can find that moment where they're acknowledged. So, Jazz. This is a funny one. They want deal. Oh, I made a deal, but not with you. Spoilers if you don't know where that one's coming from. Ooh, it's Ashton. 2 Lycons in 40 pulls. You had that pull blessing. You had that luck. True story, when I was at Kamicon, I saw a couple where one said was the one who ordered the signing, and they've been desperate to pull for Lycon, and they have not yet. Their partner has pulled Lycon and won't share their account, and there was tension in the room, proxies. It was a real moment. There you are, Jazz. All signed and ready. And this was number 22. Graham, you pulled on Lycon's birthday? You were blessed. The stars aligned. Polo, Lycon is there to do the job when necessary. If there's a job that someone else's skills are better suited for, Lycon would be gracious about it. I like to imagine. Next up, we have Spinny Winnie. Is Spinny Winnie here? Welcome, Spinny Winnie. Thanks for sticking around. Glad we could get to you while you were still here. Oh, Minty, hydration check. Thank you. Yeah, I had a staff member at the convention whose name was Carmine. Carmine was a sweetheart the entire time, whose job really was to escort me through the con, make sure I got to where I was going, that I was like never navigating a space all by myself, and also just to to get me water or snacks if I needed them. And I'm so not used to someone whose job it was to like look after me like that. So I kept being like, "Oh, I'll grab some water," and Carmen would be like, "No, it's my job to get you water, so you can spend more time engaging with fans and having more energy for them." And I'm like, "Oh no, that's right. That all works out." Because I don't want to ever get in the habit of like, "Yes, bring me this and bring me that and some sushi." By the way, but yeah, Carmine was terrific. Took great care of me the whole time, and yeah, made sure I stayed hydrated. All right, Spinny Winnie, let's go. Yeah, for a first con experience, it was really just lovely, top to bottom. I know that their primary con is in Birmingham, and so this is kind of like a spin-off in Huntsville that they've been working to get established. So a little bit smaller than the main con, but I think that was a great way to kind of dip my toe in that world. So I wasn't like super overwhelmed and hit like introvert critical level. Like I got to spend more time with everyone who came by the table and really sort of chat and try and create a quality moment with everyone. Still getting used to how to do that. So there were times that I definitely like anxiety brain was like, "Ooh, were you nice enough to them? Did you give them something?" Like, we're all trying. We're trying our best. But all things considered, I think it was a really great experience all around. Uh-oh. Kaz and Zen recognizing each other. All right. There you are, Spinny Winnie. A doodle of a wolf with a heart next to it, as requested. All right, and that was 24. Oh, thank you, Ashton. Would love to go to Arizona. I've been to the Phoenix Film Festival multiple times. It's an incredible film festival. I'm a filmmaker when I'm not doing this, and so I've had a couple of short films programmed there. And also a film festival in a very kooky little town of Jerome. If you've ever been up there, that's a crazy little town that I would love to just like visit for the weekend as a tourist. I was there for the festival, so that took up a lot of my time, but really fascinating place. So let's set this aside. Yeah, crazy little ghost town. Like used to be what, a silver mine, so the whole town is like built along the side of a mountain. Um, Crazy old like Victorian haunted buildings. Totally cool. All right, next up we have Adrian Miguel Urbina. Are you here in chat? Any sign of them? They could be lurking. We welcome lurkers here. Adrian Miguel is getting... You're no lurker, neurotic. I know you. Yeah, so Adrian Miguel is getting an 11 by 17. They are asking for I am at your service, Master Proxy. And they also want a doodle. The doodles are out of control. MC in London coming back. Oh, excellent. Are you based in the UK, Dragon Nerd? That's where Chloe Eves is. We've been trying to figure out a joint event. Either I go there or they come here, because we would love to get the Victoria Housekeeping Squad signing together. I'm actually meeting Giselle Fernandez for the first time this weekend, the VA for Ellen Joe, at the Papu Mai event. So that's going to be pretty fantastic. I really like how this light blue pen is working. The tip is just right. So I think we're getting some good signing and doodling action out of it. We'll probably make this our primary going forward. Oh yeah, it's tough. For people who are coming from a far distance and people who really need to go a ways to meet someone. I know the con scene is like really well organized here in the U.S. and like not always as good in different countries. But it's amazing to meet fans everywhere, and I love whenever I get on stream and ask you to sound off where you're at. Just hearing all the different countries people are logging on from, even when maybe you should be asleep. Dragon Nerd. All his characters interacting in a graveyard, get Alex to sign it. Oh, that would be so cool. Like, I really love it. I'm blown away when people just bring me original pieces that they've done, or they show off drawings that they've made. I see amazing fan art of Lycaon all the time online. Sometimes I want to retweet it, but I know not every artist likes that. And also, if your account is like not safe for minors, I'm not going to retweet that either. Just heads up. But that is for Adrian Miguel, complete with doodle as requested. And hopefully they see that. All right. So that is... All right. All right, next up we have JB. JB, are you here? Yes. Walt, you've really put Kagurabachi in my brain. I'm hoping that I will find time to check it out in the near future. Zen, looking for a doodle as well. We will see what we can do about that. Please remind me. Sorry, did I sign yours already or no? Polo, I'm seeing Giselle at Pop Umai's Hoyoin Night at the Tavern this Saturday in Pomona, which is going to be a super thrilling. Like, it is all for fans of Genshin and Honkai and ZZZ, and so there's going to be a ton of great voice actors there. It's free to attend. It runs from, I think, noon. There's like a luncheon for some of us, and then like 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. is just basically fan time and signing time. And so it's going to be a really, really fun event, and I can't wait to meet people there, because, you know, Kamicon was an incredible scene, but that's sort of a general fan con, so you've got fans of all sorts of anime, games, movies, everything else, where this is strictly for Hoyoverse fans. And so I think we're going to meet a lot of distinguished proxies there. Yeah, thank you, Zen. Thank you for watching out for me. I can only hold so many details in my brain at the same time. All right. So, JB, did I say that you're here or are lurking? Who knows? But this is your print. And you didn't want a quote, you just wanted the doodle. Now, you had asked for him making a silly or polite face. I hope my doodle face is polite, but really you were starting to breach beyond my visual art skills, so I'm just going to have to hope that his basic doodle expression can be read as polite. Yeah, light blue pen going hard here. This is the winner. I think getting the little snoot right is like key to making the doodle happen. Yeah, that would be amazing, Neurotic. I got friends in Vegas. I'm always happy to drop in on them and visit. So they have, was it Level Up happening in April? People have been asking me about that. So, like, hit them up, fill out that guest request form, and maybe we can make that happen. I love seeing all the dancing bang boos. Honestly, hot take, chat, bang boos over minions. Who's with me? Okay. Next up, we have Paul. Is Paul here in the chat? Let's see. I'm just seeing how many we have here so we make sure that we're keeping a healthy pace. 12. Polo, you're Paul. Thank you so much. Make sure I've got all that. Good. A con in Philly, Zen? Yeah, sign me up. Never been to Philly. That'd be a treat. I really love the opportunity to explore different little towns and giant cities that I've never been to and explored. And that was a big thing I loved about film festival travel as well, is getting to go to all these places that I would never go just for my regular work. So yeah, God, Philly would be incredible. What an adventure. So yeah, let's go. Do it. Let's find it. Just sign the print with a quote he could say to me, like if he was working for me. So I think we will go, I am at your disposal. Yes. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Get all the Victoria housekeeping signed. I endorse that plan. There you are, Paul. I'm at your disposal. Dragon Nerd, yeah, I love the horror movie tropes on display in Victoria housekeeping, and as I've said before, I love that whole squad and just want to see them have all these different adventures. At one point, I was chatting and I said that I want to see. I have this dream of an anime where like Victoria housekeeping gets hired to like clean out a haunted house, and then someone asked, "Do you mean like Scooby Doo?" And ever since then, it's been like stuck in my brain to like see crossover art of like Victoria housekeeping dressed up as Scooby Doo characters. Like Lycaon is Fred, obviously, but you know, seeing like a Scooby Doo Bang Boo. I don't have artistic talent, so all I can do is come up with silly ideas. Oh, Paul, you wanted a doodle? All right, let's see if we can make that happen. Where did I put you? Yeah, and I think, Rena and Daphne map pretty well. They're very proper and mature. All right, let's see if we can fit a doodle in here. See, this is where you're lucky, chat. Celebworks convinced me that if I'm going to do a long quote or a doodle at a con, that to charge more for that. But it's all one price for you here, so you're getting it all. You're getting quotes, you're getting doodles. That's one thing you're getting that con guests wouldn't. Corin and Shaggy, 100% Dragon Nerd. See, I can't wait to see if some of you actually go and like put creative energy into that insane idea. I will be tickled. That's incredible. But there's your doodle. All right. Complete with Paul. Next up, we have none other than Walt Hitchcock. Walt, hello. This is your moment. Thank you so much, Walt, by the way. I saw on X that you bought my short story collection. That is really exciting and flattering. I put that book out several years ago. Was really proud of it at the time. It's stories that some of them I had published in magazines along the way and gathered them all into a book and just wanted to make a book and have it exist. And, it never became a runaway success, but, we sold a few copies and I got some nice reviews out of it and just generally was really proud of just the process of making it because I completely self-published it. I did the layout and typesetting myself and hired artists to do it and hired an editor and all of it. Oh, Disney and Hitchcock, that's where it came from. Very cool. My friend Jill and I are probably watching a Hitchcock movie tonight, just as a way of unwinding. So that's cool. But yeah, again, thank you for checking out the book. I hope you enjoy it. There are things now that I feel like I've grown as a writer since then, but just very proud of it existing. The book is called Stages of Sleep. It's a short story collection, and I called it Stages of Sleep because the first section is very realistic literary fiction, so takes place very much in a recognizable world of our own. And as the book goes on, the stories kind of get a little weirder, a little bit more fantastical until they're becoming kind of full sci-fi fantasy stories. It just seemed like a great way to chart that progression of when we're in our world and when we're in the dream world and how important the relationship between those two things is. I have another book that I have finished writing. I'm in the process of revising it right now until I feel like it's ready to start the publishing wheels turning. But honestly, it's been in the back of my mind to keep you all involved in that process and let you know as it's coming along, because I would love to publish it and let you all know about it. It's a sci-fi comedy. I'm calling it What to Do When Your Spaceship Explodes. It's very inspired by Douglas Adams and the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. I feel like sci-fi comedy is an underserved genre, but sci-fi should be allowed to be silly, and so that's kind of the spirit that I wrote the book in. So I will keep you posted as progress is made on that. But yeah, it's drafted, it's being revised, and it's just a question of when I can devote spoons to it. You know how it is when you're juggling multiple plates. So Walt, You didn't leave any special instructions since we've got you here. Is there anything you'd like to request along with the signature? Walt, we can absolutely do a doodle. Perfect. Werewolf Lycaon. Now that's a good question. Because, you know, Lycaon is really defined by keeping that animal nature in check and sort of using it without letting it rule him. And he certainly does have some sort of relationship with the moon. We've learned that much. I mean, you know, spoilers who's not anyone who's not reached that yet. But yeah, the moon and Lycaon, they definitely have a thing going on somehow. So I think it would be a pretty mighty struggle to see him fighting against kind of being overtaken by a werewolf energy. But wow, if you think he's fierce in battle now, just imagine, right? Although, don't they say that like the werewolf curse can spread if you're attacked? Like in some versions of the lore, right? Like if you're bit and mauled, like you're turned into a werewolf as well. I feel like on just guessing as a fan, like I don't write him, I don't design him, he just happens to sound like me. I feel like that would be like the thing that would hurt him the worst, is to feel as if he had spread a curse to somebody else. So I think he would put every bit of effort in possible like into not spreading the werewolf energy to him, to someone else. Like I think he would shoulder that burden alone to the best of his ability. But you know, I don't speak for him any more than the rest of you, so I'm just guessing. Yeah, the restraints, Minty. We don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of lore on why they're there, but they are a choice, and fans have been wondering about that choice ever since the art started dropping. All right, there you are, Walt. A doodle to call your own. Again, shout out to my friend Jill, who's sitting over there off camera, and whose home is much nicer than mine and has a much larger table than I have, because I've literally got all the prints spread out over there to get a little air dry in. Hold on with that. All right, next up. Oh, Polo, you're having a bedtime? Thank you for hanging out. Like I said, I hope it was a good time for you, and hope that you love your print when it arrives. Next up, we have Mr. Rain. Mr. Rain, are you out there? Welcome, Rain Floofs. Glad you could join us. Glad you could be here for this. Oh dear. The white pen has, like, exploded on me. It sprung a leak. We're sending the white pen to a farm upstate. That's what we're doing. Yes, Rain, we can get you a Lycaon doodle. Yeah, this is my first time using these pens, and I'm realizing that I need, like, a protective case to carry them around in so they don't just get, like, banged around. And as I said, I cannot perform the Lycaon voice for you in any recorded medium, but I'm going to write the same words of encouragement that I wrote for the other proxy to say that rest assured, things are under control. Except with the white pen. Alright, and now we need to let this dry a little bit so I can use this space to do the doodle without wrecking all the words. Oh, Angel Demon Blade, thank you for dropping by. Yes, your print is here. It is done. It has been signed. Actually, let me see if I can pull it out of the pile without wrecking anything so I can show it to you. Yeah, truly, the design is epic. Epic, epic, epic for Lycaon. There you are, Master Rain. Signature and doodle. Here we are, Virginia. You had asked for a quote, so I put time to hunt, because that's a favorite of mine. And you got a little Lycaon doodle for you. Thank you for the hydration check, Neurotic. Godzilla's back. How's my penmanship, Jill? Is it looking fine? Yeah, okay, no. She's encouraging me. She's being very encouraging.
Don't know about the doodle.
Jill, do you want to come on and wave to folks and say hi? All right, let me make that invisible. So,
Oh, my hair's funny looking.
this is my friend Jill Carey Martin. Jill is one of the best actors I've ever had the pleasure of working with. We've been doing shows together for so many years. A lot of Shakespeare memories, a lot of voice work memories. Doing the podcast Earbud Theater, where we did lots of audio dramas. Great voice actor. Like, starred in the first short film that I ever directed. See, look at all these folks.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. Jill just played Julius Caesar down here, and it was a modern day adaptation, so Caesar got gunned down in a hail of bullets. It was tremendous.
You're welcome all. You're welcome all. Pleasure giving Nick some space.
We're going to have some wine after this. Thank you, Jill. While I've got that pulled down, I wanted to... Do I have it? Yes, here it is. Just a little treat. This is a selfie that I took the first day that I was in the booth to record Von Lycaon. Had no idea what I was in for when I stepped in there. I knew I had booked the role. I knew the character looked like a badass. I was not cool enough to know what Hoyoverse was. And I was just like, well, here I am, another day on the job, voice acting. And the directors were like, do you have any idea how big this character is going to be? And I'm like, no. That's when they started to explain the fandom and the social media attention and the artwork and everything else having to do with it. And I was like, oh my God, this is a life changer. The fact that I've got this. So yeah, that was me, day one of Lycaon. All right, next up we have Cheyenne. All right, let's see if this Chrome is popping. Yeah, that trailer, boy, that drove people crazy. Also, when the beta dropped and like the story mode ended with like Von Lycaon walking in the ballet twins, and that was kind of like the coming out party for his English VO. And so kind of being in lurk mode with nobody having any idea who I am or that it was me giving the voice, it was really fascinating to like watch the streamers and watch the YouTube clips and the social media reaction to like, oh, here is what Lycaon sounds like in English. That was a huge and fun moment for me, just to get a sense of how excited people were and how much they thought that my voice was a good match for the character, which is always one of those, it's like, as an actor, I can think, yeah, this feels right. I really love the take that I've found for this, and the directors are happy and everything else. But it's ultimately the fans that tell you, like, if this works, if this was a good connection. And so just hearing how many people really loved the voice and what I was doing with it, it was, again, just life-changing. Absolutely. So, Cheyenne, I haven't seen you in the chat. I don't know if you are there. Right, here we go again. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Graham. Thank you, Minty. All right, so this one is... I agree, Ashton. I can't imagine it being anyone else, because if it was anyone else, I would be unemployed. Lycon sounded Spanish. I think that was the music. I think that was really the music, like, priming people. I've had all kinds of questions about Lycon, if he has an accent or not. And, I think he has a me accent. It's American, primarily. Like, I grew up half California, half Midwest, and I think my voice naturally sort of reflects that. Yeah, Ashton, other people thought he might be German. They might be Spanish. I've heard, like, is it a British accent? I like to think he just inspires the imagination, and so people sort of start filling in the blanks with their own headcanon of what Lycon is. Because, the Vaughn is German, so that can lead you in a direction if you like, if your imagination takes you that way. All right, so Cheyenne, if you're out there, I gave you the shiny and chrome pen. I think it's just one of those cases where, it's a world of ethereals and wolf thyrans where it's the apocalypse, but you can still chill at a video store. So Lycon can be what you want him to be, in between the gaps. So thank you, Cheyenne, wherever you're at. All right, next up we have Lucifer. Yeah, Alejandro. I liked it when people were accusing Alejandro of being Lycon. That was pretty funny. Oh, nice, Rain. Shout out to Mickey, a person of impeccable taste to be a Godzilla nerd. All right, Lucifer, you're looking for a quote and a doodle and possibly a little paw print. I tried doing paw prints for a bit. I don't know that I ever quite nailed it. I'm afraid on an 8x10, I don't know how much room I've got to really experiment, but let's see what we can do. Oh, that's you, Graham. All right. Oh, yeah. Toho Films, like Ishiro Honda, the director of the original Godzilla, like I totally binged a lot of his other like non-Godzilla movies, especially on the Criterion Channel, which is like elite streamer. Like you want some great quality cinema, get you that Criterion Channel subscription, because he has so many great movies that even beyond Godzilla, just really fun pulp sci-fi stuff. Like the Mysterians and Matango, which is like creepy and epic and wonderful. Yeah, great filmmaker, really underappreciated because people associate him with Godzilla and they don't know how amazing Godzilla is, and they would put more respect on his name if they did. But yeah, I mean, he was a protege of Akira Kurosawa, and so comes from that world. Kurosawa may be my choice for favorite director of all time. So, by the way, we were like, I know that the stream was announced as running till 2 o'clock. We still have some VIPs in the queue, along with other people who asked for an on-camera signing. We are not going anywhere, proxies. We are sticking in and getting this done. Everyone who wanted an on-camera signing, you're going to get it. So, Let's see. I don't think this one's going to go too well for the doodle. Oh no. It was very cute, Graham, and honestly, a paw print was on my mind as well. It was something I was trying to practice on my own, but people got so hooked on the Lycaon doodles quickly that I kind of like shifted all of my practice time to that, and so that's the thing that I feel like is a little bit better. Oop. Sorry, I just needed to prime that up again. It was getting dry. I've got my like, besides Godzilla, like Shakespeare nerd in effect. I've got my Shakespeare themed Much Ado About sticky notes that I use to prime my paint pens with. So yeah, these are the things you're learning about me: Godzilla and Shakespeare. Walt, favorite Shakespeare play? Favorite comedy is definitely Twelfth Night, which is a shame because I've never been in a production of it. I'm still dreaming of getting into one someday. Much Ado About Nothing has a huge impact on my life, and that's a whole long story we could get into in a future stream, but I've been in 4 different productions of it at this point, and would gladly jump in and do it again because it's brilliant. Hamlet obviously is god tier. We all know and appreciate that. I just did a cutting of the script. I manage a small Shakespeare troupe, and so it's just kind of part of the process. If you have a Shakespeare company, you're always thinking, hey, maybe someday we get to do Hamlet. And so I did a script cutting of it. We've done a reading. I think it plays really, really well. And so I just hope someday I, trip over a giant pile of money and we can actually put on that show. But when it comes to the tragedies, I honestly super love the Scottish play. And if you're a theater nerd, you know why I'm saying that instead of the name of the play. It's considered cursed. But it's incredible. I've done it twice now, and just adore like the darkness and the energy of it and the characters. Yeah, you got it, Walt. That's the one. So yeah, I really love the energy of it. There was a brilliant film just recently with Denzel Washington and Frances McDormand, directed by Joel Cohen, that is really such an incredible cinematic treatment of the play, which I love seeing. I love it when they don't just stick a camera in front of a play version of it, but actually come up with like a really great way to make it a movie. And they nailed it. They truly nailed it. So that's worth checking out. But yeah, love the Scottish play. Would happily do it again. So let's get you your doodle. There you are, Lucifer. You've got a time to hunt. You've got a Lycaon doodle. Oh, and then I have to write the number on the back. All right, who do we have next? Oh, wow. Order's been coming in during the stream. Let's see. Favorite quote. If possible with the white marker, make it out to none. So this is anonymous. I don't know who has requested this, but it's an 8x10. It said, favorite quote, if possible with the white marker. Sadly, the white marker is not available. It went to a farm upstate where it is playing outdoors happily. So we will try and get you something working otherwise. Those weren't going so strong. But the blue is popping, so all right. So I'm just going to write. All right. Yeah, it went back to Poochie's home planet. That's where it went. Where are my Simpsons fans at? So that's a I am at your disposal for the anonymous purchaser. Oh, take care, Walt. Thanks for hanging out for a while. You have a good one and enjoy the book. All right, next up we have Ashton. Ashton, do we still have you here? Your 8x10, Ashton, awaiting signature. Thank you for the kind words, saying that you love my work, and you were looking for a doodle as well. So, hope you're out there. Hope you're watching. There you are. Yo, yo, yo. I think I'm getting faster at this, especially with the blue paint pen. Blue paint pen being the real MVP today, you guys. Next to Jill. And there you are, Ashton. Your very own Lycaon doodle on your Lycaon print by the great Hellion White. Shout out to Hellion White throughout, the designer of this absolutely badass print. Oh, then I have to put the number. Yeah, Zen, it was pretty overwhelming. At a certain point, your brain just kind of blurs out because you can't possibly comprehend the number of people who are commenting and all the different ideas and inspirations and visions and fantasies that people are having about von Lycaon. It was, um, it was just overwhelming is the best possible word. It is, it fills your heart with joy, but it also fills you with a little bit of terror because I am one small human being, and so I want to be able to give like a quality connection to every fan that I encounter, and I want us to have a relationship that lasts for a long time. But when you see everyone out there, you have a little bit of like my introvert panic button kind of gets hit, and so I go like, okay, how do I do this? How do I manage this? Because it's really like I love the excitement. I share it. Like I'm a fan of this character first and foremost. I'm just lucky that he sounds like me. And so it just becomes like making sure that if I'm having a presence in the fan community, if I'm interacting with you, I just want to make sure that it's a great relationship that we have. So I think that's the best way to sum it up. It got like too much to comprehend after a while. So now it's just there. I dip in and pay attention once in a while. If I see a great piece of art or if I see a fun post, maybe I will boost it. But yeah, for the most part, it's just like it's a party. I want people to keep enjoying the party and having fun celebrating this character. All right, so let's see. All right, so I think we got through the VIP Streamily members. Let's see who's next on camera. Okay, so this is for Aqua. Yeah, the perspective is great on this. That was totally on purpose and entirely based on the intense reaction people had in the combat demo to Lycaon stepping on an ethereal's head. People had responses to that. And, we pay attention to these things. So I said to Hellion, like, hey, notice this moment and see if you can incorporate some of that energy into this. And so... yep, that's where it comes from. It was inspired by that moment in the combat demo. So, Aqua Plus, are you out there? Are you lurking? Are you chatting? Yes, no, hello? Yes, Graham, it's just lucky that turns out to be the best place on the print to sign it. All right, so we don't have any instructions for Aqua. So I think they are going to get a doodle too, if I can pull off a doodle with this pen. We've tagged in the chrome pen. I don't think we're getting quite the flow on that I would like. Oop. That's why we have this scratch pad handy. Oh, see you later, Ashton. Thank you for hanging by. Thank you, Modest. You all have spent so much time with me already, and especially in the early going as I was struggling to get the right pen action happening. All right, so for Aqua, if you're watching this played back later, there you go. Thank you. Set that aside. Oh, wait, that is number. I keep forgetting to do this. They want me to write this Q number on the back so they know who to mail it to. All right, so let's see. Who do we have on camera next? We have an 11 by 17 for Elena. Is Elena here? Issa Lunar, is that you? Are you Elena? Spelled A-L-A-I-N-A. Excellent. Thank you for sticking around. I know we've been on for a while. And I did see a hydration check, so Godzilla's tagging in. You say that Lycaon was the reason you got into ZZZ and thanking me for my work. Thank you so much. That's really wonderful. Like, I mean, you know that's what Hoyoverse was hoping for, right? Like, you put this guy out there and people are going to download the game. So, you know, mission accomplished for them. But beyond that, beyond just like the business of getting people to download a game and, you know, spend money and everything else, beyond all the gotcha stuff, like the genuine love and appreciation, like, you know, that's what's important. How people feel about this character and about the story. So yeah, that's what we're here to celebrate. So you asked for a quote. All right. Graham, you are not alone. Issa, you are not alone. The number of people at Kamicon who were just like, my pity is coming. There you are. I gave you a time to hunt. One of the reasons why I love that one is that when you're a voice actor, even though what the audience is hearing is just your voice, you're really actually using your whole body to try and create the performance. Because if you're just sitting there, people can hear it. So you want to be engaged, you want to have your muscles working, and like the time to hunt is one of those that, like, when I'm in there and I'm trying to dial in that mood, I literally like will use my hand and do like a Wolverine claw moment of like because that makes you feel like, yes, it's time to go. And so having that little physical trigger for your voice is a great way to stay on print, as they say, as the character. So yeah, that's one of the reasons why Time to Hunt is a favorite of mine personally. All right, now, oh, you got a little bonus paint on the back there. All right, and that is number 19. we've officially run out of table space. So I'm starting to use Jill's kitchen counter. Thank you again for having a great house, Jill.
Gotta charge for that.
That's right. You should charge. All right. Who's next? We have an 11 by 17 poster for Unnamed. All right, so this is no name given, but said just wanted to say thank you to Nicholas Thurkettle and hope that he is doing well and having fun. Well, I am both doing well and having fun, so good prediction. Turned out to be true. Wishes do really come true sometimes, y'all. Oh, nice, Graham. It's good that it gives you a little boost. Like, you know, to me, it's just I'm performing it in the booth, so I don't give them much time to experience it, like, in terms of play and action. So it's good to know that that's a nice little boost moment for you. Although, honestly, like, it can be more fun when you're doing the Lycaon is dying noises. You know, when it's like, I failed, and he's crumpling to the ground. That's always fun to do. But he doesn't fail often, because Lycaon is a badass. All right. For unidentified, there's your 11 by 17. And you are number 34. Yeah, honestly, was not expecting this many, and that so many new ones have come in since I started the stream. All right. You accidentally killed him because of stronger enemies. Well, I like to imagine Lycaon would forgive you for that. As long as you're doing your best. You know, he holds people to a high standard. He may get frustrated, but ultimately, I think he just, he supports you. Let's see. For Dom. Dom, are you here? See, Minty, I'm not cool enough. I don't even know what Shiyu defense is. Dom, yes, it says, can you please write, with this you'll finally get C6. Is that you, Mega Steak Burrito? You've been around since the start. Thank you for hanging. Oh, it's for your friend. That's so nice. Okay, let's do it. The number of people who came to my table and apologized that they had not pulled Von Lycaon yet. A, I'm not judging you. But B, I just got in the habit of telling them, well, by visiting this table, your pulls are blessed. So, whoever you're looking for, you're going to get them. Oh yeah, people were coming up and telling me what non-Lycaon characters they were excited to pull. A lot of Jane Doe love out there. Shout out to Jane Doe fans. All right. There's Doms. All right, what's next? I think we're getting near the end here. Yep, we've got, looks like 3 more in the queue. So next up we have an 8x10 for Cosmic. Cosmic, are you out there? Oh, yes, it's your birthday coming up. Chat, please wish Cosmic a happy birthday wherever they're at. Their birthday is Saturday, so if you didn't get them anything yet, there's still time. Hey, it's Cosmic. Happy birthday. There you go. In lieu of being able to speak the Lycaon voice, I have written for Cosmic on the excellent occasion of your birthday, Nicholas Thurkettle. Thank you so much for being a Lycaon appreciator, and happy birthday. Tell us, what are you going to do? Do you have plans? Even if your plans are just to, nap, then it's your birthday. Use it. All right. Next up, oh, you've been waiting for so long. You've been so patient and supportive and understanding. It is time for Zen the Wolf. Zen has asked for, Zen, I may be sworn to my duties, but I will always protect you. I like to think Lycaon would do that. And I remember in chat earlier you asked about the possibility of a doodle. We will just see if we have room here. The blue pen has given us power. We will hope. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Your other comfort characters. Ooh, Zen, do you want to share? Who are your other comfort characters? Yuki, we've done pretty well. We haven't had a lot of smudges in a while. Not since the white pen disaster of an hour and a half ago. We've been going smooth. We're just, we got to get into a habit. I'm not trained up for this, There you are, Zen. With your signature, and we got that doodle in there. I appreciate so much you hanging out and spending all this time and just, making it a good chat. All right. Set that aside. And last that is showing in my queue for on camera, there's a lot of off cameras as well, and we are going to be getting to those in the days ahead. And just so everyone knows, like I said, I finish these up, I set them in a box, and I send them to Streamily. And what Streamily does with them after that, that's their wizardry. I hope they're getting it to you soon. I want you to have these promptly so you can enjoy them because you have paid for them. But yeah, once I send it back to them, I'm not sure what's going on. So if you have issues, if it gets damaged, if it gets late, please reach out to Streamily and let them know. They really work so hard to make it easy on people like me by taking care of all the other details exterior to the stream that we're doing right now. But that also means that, like, if something goes wrong, I'm not always going to know how to answer your question for you. So, yeah. That's a big thank you to Streamily, to Andrew Ho over there, who connected me up with this and made all this possible. So, last but not least, we have Lauren, another birthday. Lauren, are you around? Have you made it through the long haul to get to this point? Neurotic, Lycaon, and Ben are your comfort characters. Well, they look comfortable, don't they? Like, they look like you could just hug up on them and, squeeze your problems out of your body. Oh, wow. So, yeah, I haven't seen. Is Lauren out there? Are you online? Are you going to be checking in later? Oh, Las Luces, that's you. Excel sheets? Oh, man. Excel, like, rules my life. If I'm really serious about a project, that's the sign to me that I'm serious about a project is when I open up a spreadsheet and start building. Like, I made a spreadsheet for this just so I could keep track of, like, how many on camera, how many off camera, how many of each size. Streamily was taking care of all of that anyway, but, like, my neurodivergent brain just needed to put it all in a spreadsheet so I could collate the information the way that it works for me. That's just how my brain works. Oh, thank you, Trash Panda. No, it's all right. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good one. I hope you enjoy your print. All right, Lauren. There you are. I gave you a time to hunt and a doodle as requested. Do enjoy it. I'm going to skip up to the top here just to make sure that I'm not missing anyone who asked for on camera. Aqua, we did. Elena, we did. Anonymous 11 by 17. Dom, we did. Cosmic, Zen, Lauren. Okay. I think we got everybody. All right, let me set this down. Yeah, turning my doodles into stickers, that may be necessary. We may have to have some of those as con giveaways. So I got one more thing, and again, I'm a rookie at Twitch, so if this doesn't work, forgive me. I wanted to give you one more little thing just as a reward for hanging out with us for so long and being a good part of this chat. This is an audio gift, so if you're in a place where the sound, where you can't turn sound up, I apologize. This is just going to be for the rest of us for the next 90 seconds or so. But part of being a voice actor is that you have to have a demo reel. You have to have a clip of samples of the different voices that you do for character work. So, game audio people can hear what your range is. Now, I am way overdue to update my reel. This is several years old, so it doesn't have any Lycaon samples on it, which it really ought to. And there's some other industry conventions that have changed since I last did this. So what I'm going to share for you, if you want to turn your volume up, is my previous sample reel. This is what I sent out originally before I got the Von Lycaon audition. So this is just a little 90-second sample of sort of different crazy voices that I've done. Some of these are in games. Some of these are in audio dramas. Some of these are just auditions I did for characters that I didn't book, but I liked how they turned out, so I included them in the sample reel anyway. So let's give this a try. If it doesn't work, let me know and we will try something else, and then I will apologize for having teased you and not delivered. But here we go.
Nicholas Thurkettle. Meanwhile, at the Chippity Choppity Knife Company, Chippy is hard at work.
It's a ship, all right, but it ain't alien. It's hypersonic stealth. Goes from here to China in 60 minutes. Pow! Only people who've lived on the space station can pilot it on account of the way that zero gravity softens their bones.
What need is there for luck when the gods are behind you? I can hear the screams of the heretics already.
I always hated horses. Got kicked by one in the face as a child, and I never forgave their species for it.
I've known you since you were 12, and, frankly, seeing you hit rock bottom breaks my heart.
Welcome to Isla Vista, California.
Shots fired, my location, shots fired.
You's trying to say I can't be fancy if I want to be fancy? Hey, boss! Oil in the fryer's a funny color.
How dare you interrupt on this, the time of our glorious revolution? Oh, seriously, though, how did you get here?
The imbibing of alcohol or the taking of psychoactive drugs. Sha-la-la-la-la. Die, demons, die.
Well, there you have it. The President of the United States is now a tyrannical robot.
Ooh, holy moly. I ain't never seen a check this big.
Shut up.
So that was it. So yes, for all the praise that von Lycaon gets, and I'm so proud of because he's truly one of the coolest characters I will ever get to play, there's a lot out there I would also like to do. So I'm hoping that this is just the beginning of a relationship that goes beyond, Lycaon fans, and that I get to have more kind of high-profile parts that let me test out some of these other voices that I do. So, oh my God, we're getting raided. Welcome. Oh man, we were just about to wrap up, but now we have raiders. Hello, everyone. Wow, this is intense. Please share where you're all coming from. Evening music, you're responsible. Welcome. We've been signing Lycaon prints for Streamily on behalf of distinguished proxies everywhere. Give you one example. There's amazing artwork by Hellion White. Doing quotes. We're doing little doodles of von Lycaon. There will be more of these prints available in the pinned comment at Streamily, although we are wrapping up the session for today. It's been a wonderful time hanging out with all the proxies everywhere around the world and just chatting and sharing stories about everything. So, you're playing Genshin today, but you finished 1.3 story a bit ago. That's so cool. So have you been streaming ZZZ? Oh, fantastic. There were a couple of people streaming, especially during the beta, and I was lurking at hardcore. I was like lurking Azrael Vanity and some of the other streamers, and it was really, really fun to watch people like responding to the character and getting to key moments in the story where the character was being his most wolfy. Bitrates have been great. Thank you. Well, that was one of the big reasons why I went to my friend Jill's place, because she's got the much better internet, and I brought my tablet so all of the other functions of the stream could happen over there. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure that no matter what, that we had a smooth stream and a good experience for you all, and it seems to have been that way. So yeah, thank you for everyone who was offering support and advice as I was doing my Twitch practice leading up to today. But it paid off. There was a reason we did it, and it worked. So yeah, thank you, Raiders. You're coming in just as we're winding up, but again, for everyone who's stuck around, everyone who has dropped in, yes, Pixel, the clawing up the building, that was they warned me in advance. They're like, okay, this is the part where he's doing his ultimate badass stuff, because it's savage, but it's also just kind of no big deal. He's like, well, time to go be amazing, because that's going to be the thing that solves this problem and rescues Silly Billy. Spoilers if you're not there yet. But yeah. Thank you, Graham. That was a lot of fun. It just, like I said, anytime we get to discover a new facet of Lycaon and like he gets to be silly or vulnerable, or we learn that he's just like bad at tech, like I am, it's really super endearing. And I just love that people get to have that relationship with him as well, because yeah, the guy's ferocious in battle, but then we get these other little moments of learning more about him, and it's terrific. So that is it for my first Streamily signing. I've never watched a Streamily signing. I don't know how other people do it. They don't hand you an instruction manual for this part of it, but it really seems like you've all had a great time. It's been lovely hanging out with you all. I know we're going to have future online signings. I have another print commission that is just recently finished. Not about to tease you with it yet, but it's coming soon, and we'll do another online event. And I'll make sure that you all know about it. So follow me on the socials, at nthurkettle, on X, on Instagram, on TikTok. You can find me there, and I'll make all announcements necessary for it. And yeah, we'll figure out when we can debut that next print. But I really think you're gonna love it. I love it, and it's like definitely like a good contrast to the kind of badass action print. Oh, I see a hand cam so we can watch the signing of the prints. I think that's a really strong idea. I would love to do that. Now that I know that I can make this work, that'll be a nice like evolution for next time, right? Like take it up to the next level. So thank you for the advice and the help. Thank you to Jill for her house. Bye Jill. And thank you to all you proxies out there for joining me. It's been terrific, and we'll see you again soon, either at Saturday, Pop Umai, or on the social media, or just somewhere else down the road. I'm going to go hydrate and have a snack, but have a good night, evening, afternoon, morning, wherever you're at, whatever you're doing. Stay elegant, proxies.